All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Top Producer Show. So our mission is to educate and equip servant leaders. Our vision is to create financially independent achievers, and our purpose is to help people grow. And right now we're going over the book, The Tripping Point in Leadership. So I'm going to turn that over to you, Jeff.
Okay. If you want to grab your phone and send out messages that we're live on this.
Yep.
So we apologize. We've been bouncing around from show to show, platform to platform. We were trying to find which platform. It was supposed to be here, but we've done a couple shows on another YouTube channel because YouTube makes us wait like 24 or 48 hours to be able to activate a channel just to make sure that, I don't know, whatever. Chapter 4 is the power of attraction. Use your power of attraction to basically step into every form or overcome every form of apathy. Have you ever known someone who's always seemed to boost your energy or made you feel better when he or she is around? Tim Herr. I mean, there's a couple different people out there, but Tim, Dave Savola, he was another guy. I've known several people inside the industry that, like, when you're around them, they just are magnetic. Dave Wood was like that too. In contrast, have you ever known someone who seemed to drain all your energy, or someone who you basically are always trying to avoid? And there's a lot of people in politics like that. This is an example of both positive and negative forces of attraction. Remember, the impact you have as a leader in the lives of the people will determine by how you develop and use the power of attraction. An unexpected effective leader in 1993, hunched over, seemingly fragile little woman, was the center of national attention, national prayer breakfast in Washington, D.C. She was there as an invitation addressed to some. Her words were flavored with love and season of truth. She was complimentary, challenging, and also critical. Those on the political scene are usually not accustomed to inviting criticism, but everyone was basically attuned to her careful, selective words. This little woman was a leader of over 500 missions in 100 countries. She had no personal possessions, but commanded the resolution of millions of dollars. She had no power other than that which was given to her. Her power was attractive because it was genuine and not manipulated. She only wanted good comment. That was Nobel Peace Prize winner Mother Teresa, and I've heard many different versions of that story. She actually stood up and reprimanded all of them as like, you guys aren't doing anything about this, although you have the power to. The life demonstrated by Mother Teresa is a good working example of effective leadership. Effective leadership is not a manipulated facade by charismatic personality. Quite often, the power of attraction can be used. The power of attraction can and is used by people for their own interest and their own pursuit. In contrast, an effective leader uses that power of attraction to counterbalance the forces of apathy. To understand this better, think of someone you know, like, and trust. Now ask yourself the question, what makes me feel this way about this person? As you list actions, characteristics, and traits of this person you know, like, and trust, you are describing the very ingredients of the power of attraction. I must admit that some people are born with natural attractiveness, and other people really have to basically work at it. This was not common to me. This was the hard part. But regardless of your inheritance, you can develop the power of attraction. I'm not referring to manipulative, polished facade to hide behind. In fact, manipulation plays no part in genuine power. So here's basically David Bird's list of what to do to basically create attraction. Number 1, focus on others first. Mother Teresa demonstrates one distinction. Effective leaders always deliver measurable results by developing the strengths of those around them. Effective leadership is not manipulation facade by charismatic personality. Leadership style is not to be confused with the comforter model of leadership, where the leader simply basically feels compassion for other people and therefore does all the work for them. Rather, an effective leader demands the best from people by building on their strengths rather than focusing on their weaknesses. The effective leader is always an encourager first. So how will this decision best benefit those involved. Focusing on others does not mean that you're disregarding your own interest. Self-interest is always a vital part of the equation. Self-centeredness comes from the habit of always looking at yourself. The forces of apathy are always at play. Self-preservation, which is a basic human instinct motivation, leads people to self-centeredness, which in turn represents the security of psychological comfort. Oh, me, 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 me. Focusing first on your self-interest leads to dysfunctional, egotistical behavior. This behavior is prevalent, unfortunately, but not very attractive. The power of attraction is attractive because it's genuine and can be trusted. An effective leader focuses on others. As a result, you get buy-in, cooperation, and commitment. So the second characteristic or thing you need to focus on to be able to, develop this power of attraction is commitment and resolve are constantly attractive. A very important ingredient to the power of attraction is being goal-directed. People are not attracted to aimless drifters. No, not one of us would be attracted to a person who had no idea of his or her direction, commitment, and resolve. An attitude of I'm just trying this out for a while to see if it will work is not attractive, which is so true inside of direct sales. So like, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to be, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it works, but I can't get anybody to join. Well, no shit. The power of attraction is built on clear direction, firm commitment, and resolve. You may be fearful, uncertain, and insecure, but you have the resolve. Others will see this resolve and be attracted to it. After I finished my leadership development work with my very first client back in 1979, he told me why he had never decided to hire and work with me. He said, I wanted a touch of passion I felt from you about effective leadership. This was the very first time I recognized how the power of attraction really works. It was very cool. 3, a positive self-image is worth more than gold. You cannot hide your true self-image. A positive self-image counterbalances the natural forces of apathy by never allowing self-doubt to become part of the comfort zone. You can test your self-image of positive and negative by simply listening to your self-talk. We all talk to ourselves, some verbally, some silent, but nonetheless, we are consistently in conversation with ourselves moment to moment. Listen to what you say to yourself. Am I confirming my success or failure? Am I confirming my positive image or my feelings of self-doubt? Some may be surprised by this confession, but have fearful thoughts. I believe everyone does this. Every time I'm fearful, I intentionally replace it with a positive affirmation of faith. Once I heard a very wise saying that said this: fear knocked at my door of my mind. Faith answered the door and found no one was there. That is my affirmation for every time I feel fear. Repeating positive affirmations to yourself builds self-confidence and the positive self-image. So if you go to Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow Rich talks about positive affirmations as well. And he said what you have to do is you have to bypass your self-conscious or bypass your conscious mind to get to your subconscious mind. And the only way you can do that is peak state. Peak state, Tony Robbins talks about being in a peak state, and then repetition of a particular idea or a particular saying that you want to basically always have come up instead of fear. Pessimism is the opposite of positive expectation. Everyone who wants to associate with courageous, honest, compassionate, encouraging people. Only a person with a positive self-image can possess these qualities. Bless you. 4, you must be aware of and attentive to how other people see you. Attentive, not focused on, not 100%, but you have to be aware. Your first impression is probably the most important. Your consistent impressions have a cumulative impact that either attract or repel. I read a book back in the mid-70s entitled Dress for Success. One of the most important lessons that I took from this book is that little things, as how important little things are to little bit. For instance, did you know that the first thing most people notice about you is your shoes? I know this seems shallow, but I've learned that it's important to know how other people see you to evaluate their impressions. So I decided that if most people are going to first impression based on shoes, I better make sure my shoes look good. Some people say, what does that matter? Who I am is more important. I agree, but effective leader understands that good impressions enhance basically favorable impressions. We live in a physical environment and we are attracted or repelled by the impression people give us. Why not put yourself at an advantage? You may not like these things, but you cannot argue with the facts. If you are serious about developing the power of attraction, pay close attention. How you dress, how you act, how you present yourself. I threw another one in there, what your manners are. With that said about physical impression, I cannot leave out the issue without mentioning the unfavorable negative impression that you can make. The impression of pessimism. Focusing on others first does not mean that you disregard your own self-interest. However, regardless of the obvious negative impact on pessimism is the opposite of positive expectancy. There is no power in pessimism. It is an energy drain for the individual and the organization. If there is so much negativity associated with the mindset of pessimism, why is it so prevalent? The answer, the natural forces of apathy or your basic natural human instinct teaches you that to keep you in your comfort zone. If optimism is the language of effectiveness, and pessimism is the language of apathy. Pessimism speaks no charge. It basically keeps everything the way it is. Even if it doesn't work, we tried it, impossible. Yes, but does that language sound familiar? The comfort zone of apathy is comfortable because nothing ever changes. Positive expectancy is attractive. Pessimism is unattractive. The fifth thing is confidence. Confidence is the most attractive impression you can make. Confidence always attracts positive outcome. Now, there is a catch. Build your confidence from successful attempts. In other words, try something, it works, and now you have a little bit more confidence. Victory is achieved by consistent action in the right direction. Confidence is achieved by little wins along the way. The most important lesson to learn about being an effective leader is no one has ever accomplished great things by quitting. And when you are in a leadership position, there is no one else to blame. You may be fearful, uncertain, insecure, but bless you. If you have the resolve to do what it takes for as long as it takes, you will succeed. Getting the power of attraction into your foundation. Consistency within a proven system will always beat creative brilliance 90% of the time. So it's not about being the one that comes up with all the ideas and being so smart. It's about doing the actual work that's already been proven and doing it again and again and again until it works. No one has ever accomplished great things by quitting. I prefer this affirmation. I am sure of what I hope for and certain of what I do not see. This is the definition of faith. This affirmation of faith is one lived out, is interpreted by others as courage, and courage is always attractive. So to wrap up this chapter, chapter 4, summary of points to remember. Number 1, the effective leader never uses a charismatic facade to manipulate others. So leadership is not manipulation, although some people think it is. Leadership is actually true and genuine. 2, the effective leader uses the power of attraction to counterbalance the forces of apathy by avoiding the secure comfort zone of self-centeredness. 3, when you describe the characteristics of people you know, like, and trust, you are describing the ingredients of power of attraction. 4, the habit of focusing on your self-interest first leads to dysfunctional, egotistical behavior. 5, the effective leader focuses on others first and as a result attracts buy-in, cooperation, and commitment. 6, commitment, resolve, and confidence are consistently attractive. 7, a positive self-image counterbalances the force of apathy by never allowing self-doubt to overcome or to become a comfort zone. 8, everyone wants to associate with a person who is courageous, honest, compassionate, and encouraging. So that is chapter 4. That is a wrap for today. Tomorrow, we're going over chapter 5, which is the power of courage. What else?
All righty. This is a good book, and I'm happy that we're going over this one because I think this was one of the other ones I've pulled off of your shelf, and I was just like, oh, this would be a great one to read. But I always have to get my own books because he won't let me borrow his books. So we have 2 of everything. But It's okay. So if you guys haven't yet, you want to go to the Top Producer Show YouTube channel, you want to subscribe. Also go follow us on Facebook because we do share a lot of different things there. Yeah, so if you guys would like some notes, or anytime we go to a seminar, we will be talking about it on this channel when we do go to these things. We just went to 10X and we shared that information with you guys of our biggest takeaways. So you guys want to go to the Facebook page, but also subscribe to us here on YouTube. So the show will be here every day, Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. every day. So with that, that's what we have for you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.